Now we come to the second tutorial on characteristics of period, which is a continuation of the previous tutorial. Here we will discuss two characteristics. One is metallic character, second one is chemical reactivity. First let me discuss about metallic character. We will discuss what is electropositive and electronegative elements. Now period 3 starts with sodium and ends with chlorine. Of course it ends with argon, but which is an inert gas, not reactive, so I did not mention it here. Out of these 7 elements from sodium to chlorine, sodium, magnesium and aluminium, these 3 are metals. Phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, these 3 are non-metals, and argon is an inert gas. Now out of these 3 metals, sodium, magnesium and aluminium, metallic character decreases from sodium to aluminium, whereas non-metallic character increases from phosphorus to chlorine. And silicon is in between metals and non-metals, so it has characteristics of both metals and non-metals, so it is called an metalloid. That means characteristics of both metals and non-metals. Now out of this, so if we see the trend in properties, as we move from sodium to chlorine, metallic character decreases from sodium to chlorine, as a result of which non-metallic character increases from sodium to chlorine. It is obvious, if metallic character has to increase, the non-metallic character has to decrease, because metallic character is electropositive character, the tendency to lose electrons, and non-metallic character is electronegative character, that is tendency to gain electrons. So if the tendency to lose electron increases, or sorry, the tendency to lose electron decreases, the tendency to gain electron has to increase. So one has to compensate the other. So as we move from sodium to chlorine, metallic character decreases, that means electropositivity decreases, non-metallic character increases, or electronegativity increases. So what is electropositivity? Electropositive elements are elements which has a tendency to lose electrons, and electronegative elements are those elements like chlorine, fluorine, bromine, iodine, which has a tendency to gain electrons. Whereas sodium, potassium, magnesium, they are electropositive elements, they have a tendency to lose electrons to enter into chemical reaction. Now let us discuss little bit about chemical reactivity. Again, of these 7 elements from sodium to chlorine, I am not talking about argon here, sodium is highly reactive metal. It reacts instantly with water to form sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. In fact, it is so reactive, if you drop a small piece of sodium into water, it bursts into flames. Immediately it will burst into flame, and the solution will become sodium hydroxide and alkaline. If you touch that water after that, you find it has become slippery. Whereas magnesium, it does not react with cold water. You have to heat the water. It will react with hot water to form magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen. So it is lesser reactive. Aluminium reacts with water but very slowly. I mean, practically it doesn't react. That's the reason we can safely keep water in aluminium vessels. It doesn't react. It can react. It will react with acid, but will not react with cold water, not even with hot water. Okay. Silicon is least reactive. That's why silicon is available free in nature. Silicon. Again, when you move from phosphorus to sulfur to chlorine, again we see their chemical reactivity started increasing. So now here chemical reactivity from sodium to silicon, it decreases. Again from phosphorus to chlorine, it start increasing. So why it is why it is like this? Because see, chlorine has 7 electrons in the outermost shell, sulfur has 6, phosphorus has 5. Now with 7 electrons it is easy for chlorine to acquire 1 electron and gain an octet. For sulfur it has to gain 2 electrons, so it is more difficult. That's the reason it is lesser reactive. Phosphorus has 5 electrons, so it has to gain 3 electrons. So it will be even more difficult for phosphorus to acquire 3 electrons to reach an octet. So it will be even lesser reactive. But let's look at sodium, magnesium, aluminum. Sodium with 1 electron is easier for sodium to lose 1 electron than for magnesium to lose 2 electrons, and for aluminum even more difficult to lose 3 electrons. That is the reason sodium is most reactive, then magnesium, then aluminum, and silicon is the least reactive. So of course sodium is electropositive, magnesium is electropositive, whereas phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, they are electronegative. So now we can explain the chemical reactivity also in terms of their valence electrons. So chemical reactivity is also a kind of periodic property, but in this case there is a break at silicon. From sodium to silicon it increases, again from phosphorus to chlorine it increases, but we can explain in terms of their electronic configuration. How easy for it to reach an octet? Easier to reach an octet, the more reactivity it will display. The difficult for it to reach an octet, the lesser reactivity it will display. It will exhibit lesser reactivity. For example, sodium with 1 electron loses electron very fast, so it will be highly reactive. For chlorine with 7 electrons can gain electron very fast, so it will be highly reactive. Of course it will be electronegative.